Okay, you can
Right.
start.
Hello. Hi Shirley.
Hi.
My name is Goldie, and I will be your teacher for today. How was your day?
So.
All right. Good to hear that. Now, just to make sure that we're on the same page, I want you to open the book, page 14,
Okay.
and we're going to discuss about world culture.
Okay.
Now, Shirley, when it comes to culture, what comes into your mind? Can you tell me what do you think when you hear the word culture?
Uh, it's like uh, people's background, history.
All right, that's great. Now, can you take a look on the picture right now?
Mm.
Can you tell me what do you see?
I see a lot of buildings, uh, lights,
Mm-hmm.
bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it looks like it's a city.
That's great. Now let me ask you, have you traveled outside of your country?
Yes, I love traveling.
All right, you love traveling. That's great. So you love exploration. Now, when we say New York City, Shirley, can you tell me what comes into your mind when you hear that place?
Um, Expensive,
All right,
um, beautiful, and
exactly.
and um, it's how do you say that? People are uh, it's famous. Yeah.
All right, so people are famous because it's one of the most expensive place in the world, they say. Now, let's go ahead and check about New York City, okay? Now, when you hear about any of the three words like the Big Apple, the Bronx, or the Latin community, which one are you familiar with?
Um,
Either of the three, the Big Apple, the Bronx, or the Latin community. Do you have any idea of these three words?
no, I don't know.
All right. Now, sooner we will go ahead and discuss what is the Big Apple, the Bronx, and the Latin community. Now, going back to the picture, aside from the bridges and the lights, with your own perspective, what do you see in general about the culture in New York?
What is perspective?
All right, perspective. So when we say perspective, surely it's like drawing in your mind. It's like a particular attitude of getting the idea. In short, that's point of view. Your point of view with the pictures. Can you tell me your imagination or your point of view just by taking a look at the picture?
Okay. Um, well, since it is famous and um, expensive city,
Mm-hmm.
uh, many tourists went or go to New York. So I think um, one of the product in the United States is Apple. So
All
so
right.
I think that's the reason why they call it Big Apple.
Very good. You got a point in there. Now, when we think of New York, can you tell me what are the sports or in general when we say United States of America? Shirley, can you give me a few sports that they love to play? Can you name me one or two?
NBA basketball.
Very good. hmm
Uh,
Aside from the National Basketball Association, do you have anything else in mind?
I think football.
Very good. Football. And so anything else aside from that, from those sports?
Soccer.
All right, soccer. And a whole lot more,
Mhm.
most probably. Now, we're going to check not just the culture of New York, but also the sports, its history, and also why they name it that way. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now let's go ahead and continue. So before we start, you mentioned that you have traveled outside of the country. Can you tell me which country is it in particular?
Sure. I've been to Japan,
Wow, that's lovely. Uh-huh.
to France.
Wow.
Also, I've been to Germany.
Oh my God, you've been to Europe. That's great.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
I've been to Korea
Wow.
and Hong Kong.
All right, that's amazing. Now, in general, Shirley, can you tell me your point of view? It's like telling me, can you tell me the differences? Do you think there's differences with every culture in every place?
Yes.
All
Um,
right. Mm-hmm.
I think the food.
The food.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
their
Aside
food.
from the food,
Uh, what else? Mm,
did you observe something about the way how people dress?
yeah, yes.
So
Um,
do you think there's a big difference between the way how people dress and the way how people treat their visitor or the tourists around?
yeah, but for dress, it it's not that big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then how they treat people, yeah. Um, it's like we went to a restaurant in Germany,
Wow.
and
Uh-huh.
I we ordered, and then it's like you know, if you pay your bill,
Mm-hmm.
it's like you don't need to expect for a change.
All right. So they're keeping it for tips,
Oh,
most likely.
okay.
No. Just like what we say, to each his own. With every person has their personality, I think that also goes for every country. Now, can you tell me which is your most favorite country that you have traveled so far and why?
I think, well, the closest it can be Japan.
All right. Is it because of the animes or something?
No, since it's just close or very near in Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I like there's a certain place in Kyoto that we went to, and I really enjoyed the place.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I think. Japan is one of my favorites, aside from France.
And is it expensive in there? Because I heard most of my friends would say Japan is also expensive.
Yeah, but if you could, book your flight in advance, then you could have the fare is a bit lower or
Mm-hmm.
cheaper. And yeah, because compared to France, Germany, it's more expensive than Japan. And I can just visit Japan anytime or yeah, whenever I'm available.
Oh my God, that's so nice. You're so lucky to be doing that. All right. So, um, all right. So I'm glad that you shared your ideas and point of view when it comes to the places that you have traveled. Now, let me ask you. So, Shirley, if given the chance to travel to the United States of America, aside from New York City, do you have any specific place that you would like to visit? And can you tell me why?
Uh, I I'm planning to visit Canada because my
Mm-hmm.
sister's getting married.
Oh my God, congratulations.
Yeah, and um, you know what? The reason also why I want to learn English because she'll be getting married with a foreigner. So,
What about you? When are you getting married?
I'm married. I have two
Oh,
kids. Yeah.
that's great. You have two lovely angels. That's good for you. Now, so you prefer North America.
Mm.
All right. That sounds like a very good plan. Now, so you want Canada, the maple, I think it's the country with the maple syrup and all, as I remember. So can you tell me what are the steps that you are doing right now for you to attain that? Like, do you have a goal for you like this year? I need to finish everything, finish this task so I can go there.
Mm.
Did you put any timeline or due date for that?
No, not really because uh, I I planned already.
All right.
Yeah, very long time.
Oh, so you did not plan it too soon,
Mm.
like you planned it long time ago.
Yeah.
All right. That's a good um, type of self-management. Now, we're going to check and understand some of the words and phrases that we have in the glossary. Okay?
Okay.
So, for the glossary, can you please try to read the first five words, Shirley?
Uh, broom.
All right? Mm-hmm. So, when we say broom, what do you have in mind?
It says here a brush that you use to clean floors.
Yes, a brush that we use to clean floors, like we call it sometimes twigs or the bristles of the brush. In
Mm.
our language, we have a different term for that. Okay,
Mhm.
the witch. So they're using the broom sometimes.
Okay.
Now, for the word number two, can you please read that for me?
Sure. Handle.
All right.
The part of the broom that you hold.
All right. So we've got different types, kind of word that handle. And what about number three?
Immigrants.
All right.
People who come to a country to live.
All right. So immigrants, when you hear the word immigrant, Shirley, what is the thing that normally comes into your mind? Actually, it's a very hot issue in the United States. So can you give me like an example, or can you tell me what is your idea about immigrants aside from the literal meaning?
I think there was a news when the president of USA uh, denied that people from Mexico
Mm-hmm.
to to go to the United States.
That's sad. What are your opinions on that, Shirley? Do you like that idea, or I just want to get your opinion about it. Do you agree with the president or no?
Well, I think there are reasons why the president um what's this? How do you say that?
Why he, I think, he stopped
Uh,
the petition for the meantime, like even in our country or in my country.
mm,
He did that too.
okay. Uh, yeah. So, well, he has reason, but what if this immigrants or this Mexicans has their own relatives or family in in
Ex-
in the United States? So,
mm-hmm. Exactly. But I think there will always be an advantage and disadvantage, right? So we don't know, but it's a good thing to be ahead of what's going on with the world. Now, what about the word number four?
uh, hug,
All right. Let's say huge.
huge,
All
very
right.
very big.
Yes, very big. So, very big. When we say huge, it's like, oh, I have seen a huge teddy bear or something. Now, can you give me an example of a sentence wherein you can use the word huge?
Mm, the the bridge is huge.
All right, perfect. So the bridge is huge. Now, let me just give you a heads up. Don't you know that the bridge in New York is actually connected to a place?
Mm, no.
And yes, I forgot the place. So that's the Manhattan Bridge, according to the book that I've read, and it's connected to a certain place. I think that's Pennsylvania. I'm not so sure, but I'm gonna have to check it for you, okay?
Okay.
Now, the last but not the least, that's for number five.
Brawling.
Yes, brawling. So
Okay.
these are the terms. So when we say brawling, have you tried playing games, Shirley?
Yeah, I play bad badminton.
Badminton. Aside from, I mean, what I'm trying to say is, aside from the sports game, have you tried playing online games? Like,
No.
all right. So as of for the term brawling, we can actually see this word, especially in online games like Call of Duty and Mobile Legends. They use this really term brawling.
Oh,
Now, yes.
do you
Now
play?
let's sometimes when I'm bored, but I stop. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Okay.
Sometimes, yeah, to release my stress and frustration in life.
All right. So we'll stop it here.
All right.
May. Great.
Yeah.